Testing. Brandon Wells live from Arrow Arena testing audio. Welcome to Arrow Arena. Girls basketball on a Monday afternoon, and it's a big one. The Tri-Valley Scotties coming in 13-1, and the Arrows off to their best start in 30-plus years at 10-3. Brandon Wells, Dave Schwartz, and the superintendent, Steve Paramore. And it is a great time to be inside, gentlemen. We've got a big game ahead of us with the Scotties and the Arrows.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just looking at their warm-up line. There's some size there.
Yeah, and, I noticed that when they came out because their JV didn't really have a whole lot, so.
Well, it is brought to you by our friends at Sarver Paving and our good friends over at Hedstrom as well. We've got a dandy in here in Arrow Arena. Folks at home, if you don't know what's coming, folks, this is the game of the year thus far on the girls' basketball side as far as records. Non-conference opponent on a Monday afternoon. The Arrows in the midst of about, I think, 4 games in 7 or 8 days, so kind of a tough stretch, but they looked good on Saturday, guys, and played really well.
Yeah, looked good in the last few games the Arrows have. Thursday night, Saturday, you know, looking real good in those couple games. Playing well together as a team is what I saw was one of the things that really sparked them.
I agree. Absolutely. Confidence breeds confidence. So winning solves that a lot of times. And we can think about where the program was over the last 5 years, and there wasn't a lot of wins to gain confidence off of. So you have a young team with really only 2 seniors, I believe, with Lauren and Laney. But today's going to be an extremely big test. If you know anything about Tri-Valley basketball, they've sent a few ladies to Ashland University, and if you know anything about Ashland University basketball, those players have gone on to be successful, and they currently have one right now with Lexi Howe. And so the Arrows are in for a game today on a holiday, and I can't think of a better place to be than Arrow Arena.
Brandon Wells, Dave Schwartz, and Steve Paramore in the Priest Dental broadcast booth here on the Ashland Eye Care pregame show. Gentlemen, taking a look at the OCC standings brought to you by Whitaker Myers. Of course, this is a non-conference game, but the Arrows, boy, sitting atop the conference, Steve, and they have a chance to win an OCC title for the first time in a long time.
I think it's phenomenal. That's what you coach for. That's when you have those preseason meetings in any sport at Ashland High School. That's the first thing you talk about. You don't talk about individual accolades. You don't talk about anything beyond winning your conference championship, and then after that, you can talk about things in the postseason. But this is a team sport, and it takes all 5 on the floor and the rest of the kids on the bench to be great teammates, and we'll see what they can do today, and they'll be tested. And this is another Division III opponent I believe our girls are in Division III now, so we'll see what we're made. We've got to rebound the basketball. I think that's the story of the season.
For sure.
Well, let's talk keys to the game. Since you're bringing it up there, Superintendent Steve, you guys' keys to the game brought to you by Sarver Paving. Keys to the game, we'll start with you, Dave. You also kind of mentioned off the air similarly, hitting the rebounds.
Yeah, for sure. This team, if you look at their record, they're 14-1. But if you look at their points, they don't score a lot of points. So they're going to work for a good shot. So what we have to do is play together as a team defensively and, really shut them down so they only get that one shot. So once they take that one shot, we got to hit every one of them and keep them off the boards. And then we have to turn around and go down and play together as a team offensively. Like Steve said, when you talk about winning the OCC, it's because you're playing together as a team. And, you're not one person that's going to get you those wins and put you at this 7-0 spot. So they got to play together as a team.
Steve, your key to the game today.
I think we've been effective with our zone. Typically in high school basketball, you see a lot of man-to-man defense. When maybe you don't have some matchups that the other team presents, we're going to have to be very sound in our zone, and they'll probably put one of their bigs in the middle to kind of rotate, and then a runner on the baseline. There's always that standard way of breaking a zone. So if we can keep them limited to their open looks and contest shots, I think the zone can be effective because you're looking at Cammie and maybe a Brylan Madial that end up probably guarding their bigs if you would have to go into a man-to-man situation, maybe Lauren Green. So it'll be probably a game we'll have to slow some things down, but as well as I do that the Mamba likes to get out and run. So we'll see if we can get some transition baskets as well.
You're watching the Arrows pregame show brought to you by Ashland Eye Care. Proud Arrow alum Dr. Dan Danbo will handle all your vision needs. Take a break and be back with starting lineups after this.
Construction is proud to sponsor Arrows Athletics, the most trusted and efficient construction company in the region. With a long history of doing things the right way from concept to completion, Simonson Construction solves all your construction needs for commercial and public projects. A truly local company providing award-winning comprehensive design-build services since 1974. For more information, scan the QR code or go to simonsonconstruction.com. Come visit the South Street Grill in downtown Ashland, the official watch location every Friday during the Arrows football season. You can catch all the action in the bar area on the big screens. Elevated casual dining in downtown Ashland, steaks, seafood, hand-patty burgers, vegetarian options, salads, and a huge kids menu. Something for everyone in a completely renovated, historic building. South Street Grill, your home for Arrows football.
At Bill Harris Dealerships, where great prices meet even better selection, we're driving home the best experience you've ever had. With Chevrolet, Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, find the ride that defines you. And our huge selection of high-quality used cars and trucks is why you should check Bill Harris first. 3 brands, 3 convenient locations, 1 unforgettable Bill Harris experience. Dive into great prices, explore a better selection, and enjoy the best buying experience with us today. Bill Harris Dealerships, the name you know and trust. BillHarrisDealerships.com.
Bo Lacey Construction is proud to sponsor Arrows Athletics. Experience you can trust done right on time. From siding to windows, decks, and bathrooms, Bo Lacey also is your go-to company for all your roofing needs. Whether it's your house or your business, we've got you covered. And don't forget to check out the new Hover 3D app so you can see what every exterior home project will look like when it's finished. Scan the QR code or visit BoLaceyConstruction.com for more. The team at Whitcomb & Hess have all of your needs covered. Plan, Grow, Thrive. Financial advisors and CPAs will help you grow your business and investments.
Back here at Arrow Arena, Brandon Wells, Dave Schwartz, and Steve Paramore in the Pre-Stental broadcast booth. You're watching the pregame show brought to you by Ashland Eye Care. Guys, we talked about the Arrows on a good run. This Tri-Valley squad playing super well. The Sarver paved the way forward, though. The JV had a tough one here, Dave, in the opener, and your daughter on that squad.
Yeah, rough game for the JVs today. This team was really fundamentally sound that they played against. Just a tough one for them. It was, I think, 47-6 was the final there. You know, the girls played hard, and really you saw some things spark that looked pretty good, and just couldn't get over it there.
Steve, the Arrows are super healthy. There is no injury report today, but Goldberry Roasting sponsors it, and thankfully we had some injuries earlier in the season, but now everybody's healthy.
Yeah, I am especially thankful when we played Lexington that we were 100% healthy. Beginning of the year, we won a close one against them at their place with about 6 players. So that's great. Injury bug can hamper any team throughout the season, so we're blessed to be healthy and gonna have to use every bit of that health today.
South Street Grill, your official watch party location for all Arrows athletics, including this afternoon. South Street Grill, if you haven't been there, folks, whatever you need. If you're a carnivore, if you're a vegan, vegetarian, they've got it all, gentlemen. Happy to be partnering with South Street Grill, Sean and Carly Little and the crew down there on South Street. You can check them out, southstreetgrillwithan.com for all Arrows athletics all season long in the lower bar athletic, in the lower bar area. Let's take a look at today's starting lineups, guys, brought to you by Truly Inspired Paper Company, just for the Arrows here, guys, and it is, like we said, everybody's fully healthy.
Yeah, I think Cameron's going to have to play big today. She's going to have to be I'd love to see her be a 15-15 kind of player today. 15 points, 15 rebounds, play tough, stay out of foul trouble. We've been pretty solid in that area. I think in past seasons we've picked up 3 quick ones out of some of our key players. So I think that will be important, and we'll see what matchups look like here when they get out on the floor. Once again, it does look like they've got a little bit of height.
Decent size over on the Tri-Valley side, and we'll get ready for the national anthem here, brought to you by Chandler Systems. We'll pause and be right back with the national anthem.
On behalf of the Ashland City Schools Board of Education and the administration of Ashland High School, we would like to welcome you to Arrow Arena for today's contest featuring our guests from Tri-Valley High School, I should say, and your Ashland Arrows. At this time, we ask that you please rise and remove your hats as we honor America and all of our servicemen and women with the playing of the Star Spangled Banner, our national anthem.
Welcome back. Beautiful job there on tape of the national anthem. You know, last night we had the jazz band. They get to alternate between guys and girls games, which is awesome to have them when they're here. But today, Dan Chandler, man in the con down there, and he's rocking it. Today's officials brought to you by Valley Transportation. And guess what? We've got a familiar face down there, but we'll tell you, it's Rodney Gerstenberger, Rob Lavengood, and Gregory McDowell down there for today's officials, brought to you by Valley Transportation, at the forefront of the steel and aluminum hauling industry since 1973. Brandon Wells, Dave Swartz, and the superintendent up here in the Priest Dental broadcast booth. Gentlemen, This is a game we've been looking forward to for a while. It got rescheduled from a couple weeks ago due to the snow. We're thankful to get this one in today.
Yeah, appreciate Tri-Valley making the trip up. That's not an easy trip. There's a few back roads with the temperatures the way they are, and obviously the forecast doesn't look great the next couple days. So we appreciate their willingness to come up here despite.
Well, the Arrows player profile brought to you by the Andrew Bush Law Offices, Josie Van Tilburg, and we always talk about as athletes ourselves, some of the best memories we've all had is times in the locker room, times on the bus, and that's one of the things that stuck out for Josie as well.
Yeah, great kid, and I think that's the chemistry you'll see from that girl squad right there. Is they hang out and they're great students, and that chemistry has been something you've been able to see this year be effective.
Dave, Buckeyes, her favorite football team. What do you feel about that?
Well, I'm not going with that one tonight. About any other day, I'm in agreement with that statement, but tonight I gotta go the other way.
That's all right.
Dave,
Nobody's
we honor the great Martin Luther King Jr. Day, but I did hear that it is also known as Our Lady Day today.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Right.
Notre Dame.
Yeah.
See? Good
They
day to
just
be playing
changed it
tonight.
for today.
As long as it's not Touchdown Jesus Day, we're all right.
Well, it's always that day, isn't it?
He'll be in Atlanta, but I don't think he'll suit up.
Well, the Arrows and the Scotties getting ready to get underway here at Arrow Arena. Oh, and it's a beautiful one. The Arrows will have West Holmes and Worcester this week, and then another matchup with New Philly looming down the stretch as well in the all-important OCC race.
That'll be a big game. That's obviously the top two teams in the conference, and we'll hope we just continue to build on our confidence.
Yeah, I think that the 2 games leading up to that will help the Arrows, really be able to build that confidence too.
Colors brought to you by Linway, our good friend over there at Linway. Your good friend, Mr. Stoops.
Yeah, former coach here.
Oh, that's right. I always forget that.
Varsity assistant volunteer coach, I believe.
Go check out Linway Restaurant, and they've got you covered. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Tip-off and team colors, Arrows in white, Tri-Valley in the gray. Quality food and fine service since 1951. And we are underway here at Arrow Arena. It's a good day to be inside watching basketball or, getting ready for a football party later. Arrows start out in that zone. Good ball movement by the Scotties, open 3. Lacey right there. One and done early on for both squads.
Good look. I'm not afraid with her shooting that. I think you take your opportunities where you can. You can see those bigs are going to kind of make that cut to the middle. It's almost like a 2-big game. As soon as the big gets it down on the block, the other big's going to drop in. So we've got to be aware of that, especially with a zone defense.
Yeah, ran the same set in the JV game against the zone that JV was playing.
As mentioned earlier, today's officials brought to you by Valley Transportation. 3-person crew out there as normal in the high school level. Arrows are in that zone.
Tri-Valley will look to overload it on a specific side, and that's where you kind of get some open looks that way.
Good ball movement early for the Arrows. And Tri-Valley in a 2-3 zone right now as well, guys. Little high-low action, it looks like, with Lacey and Cox inside.
Cece's going to have to be ready to shoot today. She's going to get some open looks because they'll pack it in. They're going to be out in the zone right there. That's a good look.
Well, you'll take it. That's okay. It's still a good look. You're right.
Good shot in rhythm. I'd like to see, you just mentioned Cece, I'd like to see her get started early because when she makes the first couple, that builds her confidence so much. I love to see that.
First quarter brought to you by Comfort Control. Providing the best comfort for residential and commercial customers for more than 40 years. Comfort Control and leader Joe Reap about to take over as the Ashland All Sports Booster Club president. Oh, a long 3 and a beauty from Mackenzie Harvey. It's Harvey, Rawlison, Smith, Collette and Garber, starters for Tri-Valley. Tobias had a good look at the three, but the Arrows get a second chance. Cox trying to post up inside. Good job defensively, though. Cross-court skip pass. Grace lost control of the basketball,
right
but
here.
Sturry.
There it is.
Yes, ma'am.
So you want to see
I'd give her the green light the whole game.
the whole game, especially when she makes the first or second one. That's her confidence goes through the roof when she makes that first or second one.
Good look underneath, but not able to handle it. That three-pointer brought to you by BB&C Car Care. Good D, and
Yes.
Lauren Green causes the tie-up inside.
Great defensive play there by Lauren. That's just, the bigs are going to crash like that. You're going to see two in there in the paint as much as they can. I mean, you might almost have to just throw some high ball screens here and then just look to shoot, because they're going to pack it in. Keep
Tough
the
move and
Mamba
shot.
from driving.
Yeah, that's a tough shot right there by Lacey. Double dribble in the backcourt. Good pressure by Tobias and Sturry that caused that.
Gracie Tobias, one of the unsung heroes of this team, with those intangibles like that defense, gets beat but will just bust it to get back in front of the girl, make her turn or cause some kind of disruption.
Dave, that's a great point. She's really stepped up.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't believe she was in the starting lineup to start the season, but
No.
you earn your minutes by what you show in practice and then what you can do when the lights are on, and she's certainly done that.
Good look inside. Oh, and a tough pass there from Cox to Lacey. Turnovers, and
I'd love to see Cameron be patient with that. I think sometimes we get the ball immediately in our hands and we just want to get rid of it. I know she's double teamed in there, but she's got the skill set to make a couple post moves. That's Mamba instincts right there.
You know, I watch these and something like that, I'm like, how do people not see that on film that you're not passing over top of her?
Yeah, no. No, it's almost like she expects it.
Yeah.
So
Arrows Broadcast Network brought to you by Hedstrom Entertainment here today, presenting this Arrows ball game, as well as our friends at Sarver Paving.
our friend Rob Lavengood giving us a cheap one there real quick in our favor. I don't mind that. Those add up.
Oh, and again, right there, that's kind of what you were talking about,
Just
the
quick,
turnover.
I mean, just pretty quick. I love the idea, but
Just a little
I mean,
impatient.
you're not going to all of a sudden move two defenders out of the paint down.
Good double team out there and recovery by Cece. Tri-Valley moves the basketball well, though. And the Arrows going to get a foul and an and one. That's a situation right there where Lauren Green, if you're going to foul, you got to make sure they don't finish that off. And unfortunately, a chance for a three-point play.
Yeah, you got to make it count. It's an early foul you're giving up, but she obviously spun around and got position on Lauren, and it's kind of that high-low that you get a big catching it about the midway point of the paint and then being able to dump it down in.
Officials gathering to discuss the foul. Not sure if they're trying to figure out who it was, and they're bringing in all three of them.
I don't know what the confusion is here, unless
Maybe
they're
a
trying.
sub?
I think what they're trying to say is Lauren was actually just trying to pat her on the back and say, good shot.
Yes.
Well, Addison Wilson waiting to check in here at the table, and I think that might have been what it was about. At the Sid Suds substitution station, as my regular partner Chris Mowry likes to call it. Get as many S's in there as possible to try to make it an alliteration. Of course, he can't spell alliteration, but that's okay.
I'm going to give them an idea. Sid Suds could turn into, you could get a flamethrower and melt snow.
Yes. You know,
Just a thought.
We could do the Flames, you know, here for introductions like they do at the Q.
Yeah.
Rocket Mortgage.
We played at Marion Harding this year.
That was awesome.
And that was about 4 propane tanks later.
That was a lot of fire. Cece with a great defensive play there and good recovery.
Right there. Nobody on the backside to rebound.
Got to keep a body. That's the struggle when you're in a zone defense. You got to really communicate well, and you got to move. And boxing out and trying to limit the opponent to one shot can be a challenge against a good rebounding team. What a pass right there inside. Good look for Tri-Valley. Wow.
They do a real good job when they hit that short corner where that big dives after that ball goes into the short corner.
Addison Wilson to Emma Smith. Arrows down early. So far, this 2-3 zone has us stumped, guys.
Kind of forcing some things offensively. There's no shot clock. Just move the ball a little bit, and it becomes a little bit easier to get that middle feed.
Timeout on the floor. We'll take one as well and be right back.
Construction is proud to sponsor Arrows Athletics, the most trusted and efficient construction company in the region. With a long history of doing things the right way from concept to completion, Simonson Construction solves all your construction needs for commercial and public projects. A truly local company providing award-winning comprehensive design-build services since 1974. For more information, scan the QR code or go to simonsonconstruction.com. Come visit the South Street Grill in downtown Ashland, the official watch location every Friday night during the Arrows football season. You can catch all the action in the bar area on the big screens. Elevated casual dining in downtown Ashland, steaks, seafood, hand-patted burgers, vegetarian options, salads, and a huge kids menu. Something for everyone in a completely renovated, historic building. South Street Grill, your home for Arrows football.
Back here in the Priest Dental broadcast booth talking about all kinds of fun things today. Arrows and Tri-Valley, and the Arrows coming out of that timeout. Steve Paramore, Dave Swartz joining me here in the booth. And guys, you come out of a timeout, you turn it over, but what's the message down 8-3 against this zone offensively?
I think, like Steve was hinting to earlier, have a little patience when we come down the floor offensively. I think that's going to be your biggest.
Well, and a lot of the Arrows' offense the last few weeks has been predicated on the three-quarter court defense, and so I think also when the pressure gets broken, you know, offensively we need to be. We obviously are a little bit of a struggle right now, kind of getting into a rhythm.
Yeah, it's interesting. They didn't struggle at all breaking that press with one person, so I think you may be better off maybe calling the press off and just locking down in your zone. Getting out to contest shots.
Good hands
right?
there.
You're obviously
Lacey.
defending the skip there. That's great. Ooh. Oh,
He's going to be on the floor.
Well,
he did, yeah.
I think he was calling. I think he was ready to call it as a shooting until she kind of gave it to Cam there.
At different levels of basketball beyond this, that's a shooting foul.
You're right. Green will throw it in. Cross screens against a zone, though, and Tobias in and out. If you're running a zone, they're running a zone on that baseline out of bounds, and you can't run a cross screen there because you struggle to screen against a zone there.
Once again, a great look for Grace, just kind of in and out. Got to rebound this.
Just a long rebound on that three. Arrows had a good box out, but the long rebound goes back to Tri-Valley. You guys both talked about the importance of limiting the Scotties to one shot, and so far we've struggled with that.
It was a great defensive possession there.
Yeah, there's a foul. That's going to be on Addison Wilson. Lauren Green pushing it down floor. CC Story back in the ball game. The Sid Sud substitution, and Lainey McNamara in for the first time here this afternoon.
I think there's some benefit to continuing to be aggressive this last 2 minutes and 11 seconds, maybe get them into the penalty. You're 2 fouls away from that and pick up a couple quick ones, get to the line.
There's a foul inside as well. Not quite in the bonus, though. One more. Student section. There's not a whole lot of students here today, but, oh, yeah, there it is, right? I was going to try to show our good friend Rich Story up there in company, and Clell Cox. Arrows can't get that one to fall inside and give it right back. Student section brought to you by Sarver Paving, serving North Central Ohio for more than 75 years.
The owner of Sarver Paving is in the house this evening. I see Dave Worster up there. We appreciate all that he does for Ashland City Schools, and several of his employees have children in the Ashland City School District, so great man, great business owner, and a friend of the program.
It really does take a village, as much as people kind of joke about that phrase, and sometimes because it was made by someone on the left side of the aisle, sometimes people tend to or is accredited to her quite often, but it does here in the Arrow country. And we're thankful for all of our sponsors as well. Minute and a half to go here in the first quarter. Arrows with just 3 points. A nice look inside to Lauren Green. And there's Cam Cox to finish it up.
Seems to always be around the ball. Always, hunting for that ball on those rebounds.
Brandon, I remember a text you sent me in the last day and a half about Tri-Valley's got a great record, but they're a low-scoring team. I think if you can hold them to 8 points in this quarter and do the same, you're going to be in the game.
Averaging in the high 40s, but some of that is offset by a couple of lopsided victories. Open look there, that's out of bounds. Neither team shooting it particularly well. You're right, the Arrows have really seemed to pick it up in the last couple minutes defensively.
Yeah, just really talking a lot better than they were in the first few minutes of this game.
I think this is a great situation to maybe just kind of hold it for the last shot.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. Could have been a foul there.
Man-to-man right now for Tri-Valley. They've switched it up, or at least a matchup zone, I think, right now. Oh, a great idea looking inside to Cam Cox, but execution not great.
Maybe a little too congested in there for anybody to know where that ball was really going. It was a good idea.
Our coaching staff's great. I think that might have been a great opportunity maybe to call a timeout, hold it for the last shot. I mean, you're giving them an opportunity to maybe sneak a bucket in here. There it is.
Oh, yeah. Gotta shoot it. Not gonna get it off. And end of the first quarter. Arrows down 8-5 back after this.
Simonson Construction is proud to sponsor Arrows Athletics, the most trusted and efficient construction company in the region. With a long history of doing things the right way from concept to completion, Simonson Construction solves all your construction needs for commercial and public projects. A truly local company providing award-winning comprehensive design-build services since 1974. For more information, scan the QR code or go to simonsonconstruction.com. Come visit the South Street Grill in downtown Ashland, the official watch location every Friday night during the Arrows football season. You can catch all the action in the bar area on the big screens. Elevated casual dining in downtown Ashland, steaks, seafood, hand-patted burgers, vegetarian options, salads, and a huge kids menu. Something for everyone in a completely renovated, historic building. South Street Grill, your home for Arrows football.
I'm not familiar.
Back here at Arrow Arena, Arrows down 8-5 as we start the second. Oh, goodness. Again, if you could catch the off-air commentary, there should be a paywall for that one. Open three, right in rhythm and drains it. Harvey averaging just under 10, drains the three. She's got 6.
And she has range.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say. Both of those threes were pretty deep.
That was legit. There's no doubt. That was not a cheapie. Second quarter brought to you by Springsmith.
It was in rhythm. That helps, but to have the confidence to shoot from that distance.
The Springsmith Insurance Agency, your hometown insurance leader, bringing clarity to your insurance needs since 1950. That's how long Nate Schultz has been over there. That's not true, just to be clear. Good friends, Rob Wash, Dustin Crudy, and Nate Schultz running the show over there.
Yep, we appreciate Springsmith Agency, a large connection to Ashland City Schools for a very long time.
Tough shot by Lacey, and that's where, guys, she catches it at that high post, and she had Cece on the backside against that zone. You want to hit the middle and look opposite.
Yeah, every possession's going to count today. You want to come away with as many good looks.
And there's a turnover. Arrows active defensively.
Yeah, nice looking defensive move. On the offensive side, if we're watching, when the ball's on the left side of the floor, that right backside block is wide open. Everybody shifts and doesn't see it.
Yep,
because we've got that high
skip.
post.
Yep,
Yeah,
takes a skip
we
pass.
can hit that skip pass. If we go back to that high post, then it was wide open the last time. We missed Cam Cox in there.
Tri-Valley comes out in a 3-2.
They're going to consistently double that insert pass. So.
Yeah.
Yep, and that was where at the top of that 32 defense, you saw the defender drop down to be the doubler. Maddie Garber coming down. And that's the beauty. If you're in a 1-2-2 or a 3-2 or 1-3-1, you can have that girl drop down. That could be one of your rules. Hey, anytime the post gets it down there on the block, you're coming down.
Yep, you just got to have some players on the outside ready to shoot.
CC ready to
Great
shoot.
look.
Oh, a good look. Just couldn't get it to fall.
Right there, too.
Keep firing, young lady. That was a good shot. Good job by Grace Tobias. Try to keep the reverse from happening, but a nice skip. Arrows fighting for the the defensive rebound. Can't come up with it. Free ball by Garber. Wide left. Here comes the Arrows. And another forced pass, but Cox comes up with it. Tobias on the backside, and she gets fouled. That's where Grace needs to go up with it.
Yep. Yeah, if she goes up with that, I mean, if nothing else, she's shooting 2 from the line.
I don't think there's anything wrong with maybe Lauren pulling up from 10 feet.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to force that down in there to Cameron, she's going to basically that was a breakaway that she could have pulled up for a quick jumper. Tri-Valley's got some very active hands in there. They're not making it easy on any of our bounce passes.
Sure.
Arrows and Scotty Zeros coming in 10-3. Steve, you've been around Ashland your whole life. Have you seen too many girls squads that are at this level for us?
No, I obviously, when I was growing up, we had a Dan McFadden coached group that had some height, and Jen Hawk and a couple other players. I'm going to throw a name out like Nikki Philibek. But it's been quite some time. Obviously, this is a historical run we're on right now. Still have some things we have to clean up to become, to get into the conversation. But as of right now, I mean, this team's holding its own within the historical realms of Ashland High School girls basketball. But a lot of games left, and a historical run doesn't mean anything if you bow out in the first or second round of the sectional. So looking forward to seeing what they do in the conference and finishing that off the right way.
Sarver paving replay. Lauren Green gets called for running through the screen.
That's bull rush.
Yeah, she looked like she was ready to play tonight. Yeah, went right through it.
What's unfortunate about that is that's 2 on her, and you need her the whole game.
Yeah.
So she's just got to be careful.
5 minutes to go here in a second quarter. Arrows struggling on the offensive side, but playing well defensively. Almost a 5-second call here. That was close. Madison Hoffman, some sticky defense. Arrows still in that 1-2-2. Good communication right there for Ashland. You can tell the girls, we talked with Coach Holt after the game the other day about this 1-2-2, and the 2 keys, communication and active hands. They've gotten that message here. A nice entry pass, and Lacey's going to get called for the foul. Cam couldn't quite get around the big freshman, Emma Smith.
That was a fundamental seal by
a freshman
by
post
Smith.
player.
Yeah, absolutely. And Cam kind of gambled on that, trying to get off the backside, maybe get a hand out there and tip for a steal, and it was a better seal than it was a gamble.
Smith comes in averaging 7 points and 6 rebounds per game, but misses the first free throw badly.
That makes it half of a good foul right there.
Lacey's first foul of the afternoon. That one's in and out.
Now it became a really good foul.
That's good math. Hoffman, tough shot. Oh, and gets bailed out on the call. Emma Smith with the foul, and that's her second. So the big post player for Tri-Valley picks up her second foul, and that's big as well.
I think we'll give Rob an extra prep. We have school this week.
Oh, boy. And Hoffman at the Connery Manufacturing free throw line misses the first one.
Rare miss at the line for her, I think. And watching her, she's a really good free throw shooter.
Free throws brought to you by Connery Manufacturing, your wastewater equipment leader, locally owned for more than 40 years. Second one, nothing but net.
Maddie's done a great job of persevering through the injury bug her whole career, so it's great to see her out on the floor, and obviously with that wrist taped up a little bit, she's still got a couple nagging things, but great competitor.
Cam Cox, good help defense on that in the back end of the zone. Lauren Green struggles but keeps it alive. Arrows have some numbers, and Lacey drives up and in.
Big time move right there.
What a finish.
Yeah, she's always able to finish, goes up strong, has that nice soft touch when she's close to the rim there.
Finishing through contact. Oh, great little pass right there on the cut down the slot. And a nice look. They had a great angle right there, did Gwen Del Ponte. Out on the wing and hit the cutting Annika Collette. That's just solid offensive movement right there.
We get so excited on our first pass, and
our half-court offense today is struggling a little bit. Yeah, it happens, and this is a good defensive team. You know, this Scotty squad is only giving up about 40 a game.
It's a two-possession game, and we've got to take care of the basketball for the remaining 3:30 here. We'll get our opportunities.
Up here in the Priest Dental broadcast booth today, Dave Schwartz and Steve Paramore joining me. Thanks to Kevin Priest for all your dental needs. Reach out to Priest Dental. Today's generally a busy day for dentists. You know that, right? Because all the kids that don't have school try to get themselves in on appointments.
I agree. I hope all of our employees chose today to go to the dentist.
Good defense by the Arrows, and the Scotties turn it over. Oh, boy.
Arrows switched up to man defense last couple possessions, and the way they're hounding the ball, I think it was a good move.
Yeah, it was quick disruption. I agree, Dave.
Yeah.
I think maybe it's something you kind of maybe steady diet of get maybe within a bucket or get the lead, and then you can throw the zone back at them.
J.C. Rollison picks up her second, so now two post players on this Tri-Valley squad with a couple of fouls. Nice look inside to Lacey. She's in trouble. Double teamed up and in. No trouble whatsoever.
No trouble because she's got that soft touch.
Arrows cut it to three.
I give her credit for the amount of contact that she can absorb as well.
I think she actually prefers it. Like, honestly, and expects it. When she doesn't get it, I think it's a surprise.
I think she's been absorbing contact since the age of 3 with that household.
I think you're right.
A lot of football players there.
You're right. Harvey with another long three. She's got 3 of them, 9 points for the senior guard. She can really shoot it. 91% from the stripe. So you know there's nothing flukish about hitting over 30% from beyond the arc. That was a big answer from the Scotties.
That was a big shot. I mean, especially, you know, and it's right in rhythm again for her. You got to disrupt that a little bit.
Zone look still from Tri-Valley. High 1-2-2 or a 3-2 inside to Cox. And she gets a dig. She brought that ball down and they rip it away. Good steal by Addison Harris. Arrows with too many turnovers in that half-court offense. Nice little high screen and roll right here. Fortunate pickup right there for the Scotties. Arrows in that man-to-man now, and a nice backdoor cut and thrown off the hands of Green.
It's a little bit of a communication
You beat me to
issue
it.
there. Sorry.
No, you're good. That's why you're the analyst today, Steve. You guys are the analysts. Yeah, that backdoor screen, and nice play right there inside, and can't get it to fall. Maddie Garber misses, and there's a foul on the rebound. Arrows will get it. That one is on Addison Harris, her first.
I'd love to see Cameron Cox stand her ground a little bit more and keep that ball high.
Yep.
She's a very, very tough competitor and physically imposing, but makes it really easy on some kind of those gnat of point guards that like to sneak in there and grab a ball. We've seen that a couple times on the entry pass as well.
Good look from Green to Hoffman, in and out.
We've had about 4 of those.
Great looks.
In and out.
Oh, good hands and hustle. Lauren
Call
Green comes up with it. What's going on? Blow the whistle. There we go. Arrows have the possession arrow. I'm not sure what he was waiting for.
Yeah. Well, they were laying on top of each other there.
And he's asking his other official whether or not they had called a timeout or if they still want it. They were trying to call a timeout while she was on the ground. Officials did not give it to her, so they checked to make sure. Possession arrow belongs to the Arrows.
Kind of looked like maybe she got landed on there with her knee hitting first.
Doug Shipper, Elizabeth Webb, and Dave Webb doing a great job manning all the controls down there on the scoreboard and the book. Dan Chandler running the PA. Some thankless jobs at times.
Huge shout out to all of them, but Elizabeth, there's probably a night she doesn't have where she's not running the scoreboard either at AU or here.
Also a great percussionist, by the way. Plays drums at church and fantastic singer as well.
Dave's usually our backup national anthem singer when
Dave can sing it.
Yeah.
CC. Yes, ma'am. CC from long range. It's a 3-point game. Could use a stop here to finish off with some good momentum heading into the half. Tobias working hard defensively away from the ball.
Cutter. Come on.
Oh, and a nice finish inside from Annika Collette. Arrows with 20 seconds left to go in the first half. Good swing, all good look, patience. And Hoffman's gonna go to the line. I think that's the 15th foul. And so that should put the Arrows in the bonus with 15.7 to go.
Good ball movement right there by the Arrows coming down. As Steve said earlier, sometimes they rush that first pass and try to hurry it. Really nice there to see them kind of collect themselves and move that ball around.
Yeah, on the defensive end of things, we're going to have to bust the cutter. They've gotten a couple free looks. Cam just was just enough out of position, or at least not putting a body on that cut. And you got to make it somewhat of an obstacle to get in there. That's you got to make it your paint. I don't have a problem if Maddie Hoffman ends up at the line all game.
No.
Yeah, I agree. Second one spins up, rattles around, no good.
I think Steve jinxed her on
Sure
there.
did. There it was.
That's on me.
Put the kibitz on it. 4-point lead. High screen coming. Cox shows. Oh, good block, but no. A second chance right there. Annika Collette puts the Arrows down 6 as we head to the half. Gentlemen, your thoughts on the first half before we head to break?
You know, like you said earlier, the team doesn't score a lot of points. They're right on pace for that 40. You know, is where that's their sweet spot, right in that 40-point range. They do a real good job moving the ball around. We've got to do a better job disrupting that movement, and we did in the last few possessions there. Kind of, kept active hands a little better and talked a little bit better is how I felt.
Yeah, huge positive. It's a 2-possession game, right? That's a very well-coached, young and athletic team. Probably has the height advantage over a couple of our players. We get a couple more rebounds, eliminate a couple more turnovers, and get a couple of those shots to fall. It's going to be a tight game. No timeouts have been used yet. So, and neither is one timeout maybe?
One timeout for the Arrows.
I would have loved to seen us call a timeout when Lauren got that loose ball down there. But we're in this game, and to know that we are at the competitive level, to be in games with maybe on paper a team that looked a little bit better if you look at what their body of work is so far. So real positive things. I think if I'm Renee in the locker room, I'm just stressing that we keep closing out on shots, bust the cutter, and we'll get a couple more to fall offensively, but maybe don't force the issue. There's still 2 quarters to be played.
Arrows and Scotties in a good one here at Arrow Arena. Back after this.
Simonson Construction is proud to sponsor Arrows Athletics, the most trusted and efficient construction company in the region. With a long history of doing things the right way from concept to completion, Simonson Construction solves all your construction needs for commercial and public projects. A truly local company providing award-winning comprehensive design build services since 1974. For more information, scan the QR code or go to simonsonconstruction.com. Come visit the South Street Grill in downtown Ashland, the official watch location every Friday night during the Arrows football season. You can catch all the action in the bar area on the big screens. Elevated casual dining in downtown Ashland, steaks, seafood, hand-patted burgers, vegetarian options, salads, and a huge kids menu. Something for everyone in a completely renovated, historic building. South Street Grill, your home for Arrows football.
At Bill Harris Dealerships, where great prices meet an even better selection, we're driving home the best experience you've ever had. With Chevrolet, Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, find the ride that defines you. And our huge selection of high-quality used cars and trucks is why you should check Bill Harris first. 3 brands, 3 convenient locations, 1 unforgettable Bill Harris experience. Dive into great prices, explore a better selection, and enjoy the best buying experience with us today. Bill Harris Dealerships, the name you know and trust. BillHarrisDealerships.com.
Bo Lacey Construction is proud to sponsor Arrows Athletics. Experience you can trust done right on time. From siding to windows, decks, and bathrooms, Bo Lacey also is your go-to company for all your roofing needs. Whether it's your house or your business, we've got you covered. And don't forget to check out the new Hover 3D app so you can see what every exterior home project will look like when it's finished. Scan the QR code or visit BoLaceyConstruction.com for more. The team at Whitcomb & Hess have all of your needs covered. Plan, grow, thrive. Financial advisors and CPAs will help you grow your business and investments.
Back here at Arrow Arena, I would like 3 orange whips brought up to the broadcast booth. Arrows down 6. Back after this.
Simonson Construction is proud to sponsor Arrows Athletics, the most trusted and efficient construction company in the region. With a long history of doing things the right way from concept to completion, Simonson Construction solves all your construction needs for commercial and public projects. A truly local company providing award-winning comprehensive design build services since 1974. For more information, scan the QR code or go to simonsonconstruction.com. Come visit the South Street Grill in downtown Ashland, the official watch location every Friday night during the Arrows football season. You can catch all the action in the bar area on the big screens. Elevated casual dining in downtown Ashland, steaks, seafood, hand-patted burgers, vegetarian options, salads, and a huge kids menu. Something for everyone in a completely renovated, historic building. South Street Grill, your home for Arrows football.
At Bill Harris Dealerships, where great prices meet an even better selection, we're driving home the best experience you've ever had. With Chevrolet, Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, find the ride that defines you. And our huge selection of high-quality used cars and trucks is why you should check Bill Harris first. 3 brands, 3 convenient locations, 1 unforgettable Bill Harris experience. Dive into great prices, explore a better selection, and enjoy the best buying experience with us today. Bill Harris Dealerships, the name you know and trust. BillHarrisDealerships.com.
Bo Lacey Construction is proud to sponsor Arrows Athletics. Experience you can trust done right on time. From siding to windows, decks, and bathrooms, Bo Lacey also is your go-to company for all your roofing needs. Whether it's your house or your business, we've got you covered. And don't forget to check out the new Hover 3D app so you can see what every exterior home project will look like when it's finished. Scan the QR code or visit BoLaceyConstruction.com for more. The team at Whitcomb & Hess have all of your needs covered. Plan, grow, thrive. Financial advisors and CPAs will help you grow your business and investments.
Well, back here at Arrow Arena, halftime. No Bill Harris halftime show today. No jazz band, but you do get some of our good friends and family up there in the Arrow seating sections. You see Coach Honecker out there as well. Dave Swartz, Steve Paramore alongside Brandon Wells in the Priest Dental broadcast booth, guys. And if you're Coach Holt, you're down 6 at the half. What's the adjustments? What are you saying to your ladies?
I'm telling them, keep rolling the way we're going because we're on a good track right now. The biggest things, let's make sure we continue to communicate and let's work for a really good shot. You and I talked about it in the first, before the game, how the other day
on Saturday
they gave up good shots to get a great shot. So let's continue that trend and not force things, and let's work for that great shot. And I think that's what's going to make the difference here.
We're 2 baskets from tying this game up, or 3. So be confident you're still in this. We've got to communicate effectively on the defensive end. I think there was just a couple switches that needed to be called out. I love coaches that demand that their defensive players talk, and you want to hear it. We've all had the ability to see Ashland University play.
Yeah.
And I will tell you, they are the most actively talking team that you hear.
Yeah.
So
if you don't talk, they get yanked out.
Absolutely. So I'm not
Right.
saying we're the Ashland University women's
of course
basketball
not.
team, but that's effective. So I stress that if I'm on the bench right now, I let every one of our players that are on the floor and those on the bench know I've got to hear you. I've got to hear you as a teammate on the bench. And obviously it's not a sold out crowd, but I'd love to get the crowd into it a little bit by tying this thing up and using some home field advantage.
Sure thing.
Arrows down 20-14. Back with the second half right after this.
Simonson Construction is proud to sponsor Arrows Athletics, the most trusted and efficient construction company in the region. With a long history of doing things the right way from concept to completion, Simonson Construction solves all your construction needs for commercial and public projects. A truly local company providing award-winning comprehensive design-build services since 1974. For more information, scan the QR code or go to simonsonconstruction.com. Come visit the South Street Grill in downtown Ashland, the official watch location every Friday night during the Arrows football season. You can catch all the action in the bar area on the big screens. Elevated casual dining in downtown Ashland, steaks, seafood, hand-patted burgers, vegetarian options, salads, and a huge kids menu. Something for everyone in a completely renovated, historic building. South Street Grill, your home for Arrows football. Steve and Whitcomb and Hess have all of your needs covered. Plan, grow, thrive. Financial advisors and CPAs will help you grow your business and investments. And now it's time for the Whitcomb and Hess pregame show guest.
Well, start of the third quarter coming up. Arrows and Scotties. I got to tell you, I love the Scotties logo. It's a Scottish Terrier. You don't get too many of those. As somebody who owns 2 West Highland Terriers, I should say really, I feed them, but they're my wife's dogs, to be clear. They only pay attention to me if she's not there. Start of the third quarter. Brandon Wells, Dave Swartz, Steve Paramore up in the Priest Dental broadcast booth. Third quarter brought to you by Spring Smith Insurance Agency. And the Arrows get the turnover.
Starting out that man-to-man defense, looking good.
Lauren Green with a tough shot, and they're going to call a block. Wow. That's going to be a foul on J.C. Rollison, and that's her third, and a quick sub coming from the Sid Sud substitution. On the Tri-Valley side, Addison Wilson will check in.
I don't know if Steve
love
wants
the
to tell him that he's
aggressiveness,
going to get a whole day off here soon.
There's a good
There's
aggressive.
a lot of people on the edge of their seat right now, I can tell you that.
You don't want to break any news.
No. I'm talking about we got some calls here that might warrant a day off. I don't mean I'm just talking about one person out there on the floor
Rob's
right now.
blown his whistle a lot today. He looks tired. He might need a day off.
He might need a calamity day, if you will. How many calamity days do you get before you have to start making them up?
It's hours, so we
right.
go to school.
That's right. That's different than when we were all
Significant
growing
amount of
up.
hours more than what you legally have to.
Yeah, good. Well, we want our kids to be well educated. That makes sense.
Yep.
Arrows down 5, just underway in a third quarter. Oh, good D by Lacey and a
That
tough
looked like
call
an elbow.
inside. Wow. It did look like Emma Smith might have cleared it out, but I don't know if I get to the replay in time here, guys. Nope, we just see the reaction. My apologies. The Sarver Paving replay.
Called that one on the floor, so.
Maybe she had 2 hands on her
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
Well, if my aunt, never mind. Here we go. 20-15, 7:20 to go in a third. Don't let Harvey get an open look. She's got 3 threes in that first half.
Yeah. She was
High
in range
screen.
when she was at the top of the key
And
there.
Cece got away with one. Good outlet pass down to Tobias over the left.
It's almost like an unintended Euro.
I'm with you. She wanted to finish on the left side.
Yeah. Use the rim as a
Extra
as an
defender.
yeah, for sure.
I like it. And a foul down low, and that's going to be another one on Kennedy Lacey, and that's going to be her third. She's undersized against the much bigger Emma Smith inside, giving away a few inches and trying to battle, but picks up a big one.
Just battled a little too long there.
Right.
Like she was in the right spot and then just kept going, and that's why she got it.
Madison Hoffman, the Sid Sud substitution. And Lacey will sit down. The Mamba sits down with 3. Inside to Harvey. Green straight up. Good D. And gets the rebound. Ball loose. Hoffman comes away with a loose ball.
Cece.
Got her.
Right
Catch
here.
and fire. Yes, man! Cece Sturry. That's a BB&C Car Care 3, and we are all tied up at 20. And a timeout on the floor. Tri-Valley doesn't like what they see. It's a 30-second timeout. Arrows come out with a great start, guys.
Huge. I love the fact that we were only 2 possessions down, maybe 3, and it's a dream start.
Yeah, just coming out really strong here. Stayed in that man-to-man with the active hands. They've really disrupted a lot of what Tri-Valley was trying to do offensively.
Priest Dental broadcast booth, and the Arrows off to a 6-0 start here. To start the third quarter, Coach Holt and company with an opportunity in that Tri-Valley timeout to also give some instructions. Light crowd here, and it's quiet inside
Sorry,
Arrow
keep
Arena.
up the intensity. You get a lead here, though. You'll start to hear our crowd getting behind the Arrows.
Man-to-man out of the timeout.
Well, we've had our most success through the man-to-man defense. You might stay in it for the duration unless we get some people in foul trouble.
Yep.
Which, if you can keep Kennedy resting, and I'd let her have a day in the fourth.
Yep.
Keep her out as long as you can.
D by Sturry out on the wing. Arrows defensively really causing some problems. You're right now, but Tri-Valley also very patient with the basketball. Oh, nice move right there by Garber. Drive to the basket, late on the help. Tri-Valley wanted a foul, nothing doing.
You've got numbers in transition.
And she traveled. Got a little ahead of herself. Yep. That's where you're looking up and your body's moving faster than your mind.
So you've got a missed shot, which is essentially a turnover. Backing that up with a turnover is that's kind of a buzzkill.
And a foul in the backcourt. Grace Tobias, her first. It's third foul on the Arrows here in the third quarter.
Still 5.5 to go. Got to be a little careful now that you don't put these girls at the line.
I love how Maddie Hoffman's working on the defensive end there. That's tremendous.
Harvey and Hoffman going at it.
There's the cutter.
That circle motion, that wheel motion, they had a couple of cutters there. Good job by the Arrows covering it up and talking. teams with 4 timeouts remaining. Smith drives up with a tough shot up and in. Emma Smith, the freshman, with 7. She hits her average halfway through the third quarter. Good patience and balance scoring attack for both teams. Cox in trouble inside. That's where you got to catch and swing that right away on that outlet pass, or that pass outside to Hoffman. Tough drive right there. Arrows resetting. Swing it.
She had Cam for the dump there.
Yep.
It's kind of an awkward pass to make, but would have been a good little dime to drop there.
Great cut by Smith, but
there
she
you go,
can't
Lauren.
finish. Oh, Lauren Green with what looked like might have been a good play. You saw it on the Sarver paving replay. That's a tough call.
Like a real good play there by Lauren.
He's coming in from the backside to make that call, so he might have had an angle on an arm or something, but it did look like, if anything, it was a tie-up.
Well, he'll be at school tomorrow now.
He's the one employee.
Oh, my. 4:13 to go in a third.
That's a separate email.
Please report to the superintendent's office. Smith drives over the right hand, goes right around.
Too easy.
Cam Cox. Yeah, if you're Cam there, you have no fouls yet. You got to be a little more physical on that one. And Hoffman turns it over. Arrows probably could use a timeout right now. Driving to the basket. And up and in, the 6-0 run answer after the Arrows 6-0 run to start the half.
Yeah, you can't keep flopping back and forth like that. You're going to have to get some stops. Like you said, probably maybe an opportunity to get one of those timeouts and calm that team down.
Emma Smith now with 9. And a
There you
timeout, Coach Hull. We'll take one as well. Back after this.
Simonson Construction is proud to sponsor Arrows Athletics, the most trusted and efficient construction company in the region. With a long history of doing things the right way from concept to completion, Simonson Construction solves all your construction needs for commercial and public projects. A truly local company providing award-winning comprehensive design-build services since 1974. For more information, scan the QR code or go to simonsonconstruction.com. Come visit the South Street Grill in downtown Ashland, the official watch location every Friday night during the Arrows football season. You can catch all the action in the bar area on the big screens. Elevated casual dining in downtown Ashland, steaks, seafood, hand-patty burgers, vegetarian option salads, and a huge kids menu. Something for everyone in a completely renovated, historic building. South Street Grill, your home for Arrows football.
.6-0 run, and the Arrows down 26-20.
Yeah, I mean, the Arrows going to have to step back up and do what they did to come out in this half, just to, get back where they want to be.
Kind of weathering the peaks and valleys, and it's going to have to happen at the defensive end. You just have to be super efficient at your looks. Sometimes I feel like our looks are limited offensively. They're really not giving us a lot inside, so. Rylan Madio in now, so hopefully she can impose some physical.
Cam Cox on the bench right now, checking on that ankle. Rylan Madio played really well earlier in the season with some extended minutes. Good pass to the wing, and a tough pass right there. You got to create a better angle there and actually initiate almost some contact if you're Grace. You might have to take a half dribble and sort of seal off a side there to get that angle for that pass. McNamara in for the Arrows as well.
This is a grouping I don't think we've seen
No,
for the
Van
Arrows this
Tilburg,
year.
Josie Van Tilburg, Tobias, Lauren Green, Brylan Matyal, and Lainey McNamara. And it had a kind of a tough spot in the game, and I think coaches over there giving some instructions. Her girls looked a little worn, and it's a turnover. Here we go. Harris,
Good defensive play there.
And Lauren Green gets,
all right.
Oh!
And we got a line change.
So the Arrows turn it over again. Back to the starting grouping for the most part here. Madison Hoffman in there, though. Instead of Grace Tobias, who's out. But a turnover for Tri Valley. ugly last minute of basketball for both teams, to be honest. So 2:45 to go in a third. Arrows could use a basket here. Zone look right now from Tri-Valley. Oh, tough shot. She had Lauren Green on the backside.
I don't know how often we look at film to know when they double the big, that means somebody's open on the backside.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a matter of keeping your eyes up too.
Yeah, it's trusting that person has made that dive down to the opposite block, and you're going to get contact, so you just got to get it through the double team, some shape or form.
Tri-Valley offensively just really patient for the most part, and they try to lull you to sleep a little bit here.
Yeah, they'll wait for that that open three or kind of that
wheel motion,
that circle cut. Yeah. There it was, but
oh, good job there.
Right.
Lauren Green putting a hand in there, and the possession arrow belongs to the Arrows. And that's where Addison Wilson brought that ball down. Good dig by Lauren Green.
I'd love to see us come out of this and run some sort. I mean, I know it's a zone defense, but run some sort of set.
You can run some sets still against zone.
Yeah,
you got
absolutely.
a baseline runner right now inside to Lacey. Got to be careful with those fouls. Outside to Green. Reposition in there. High post. Nice cut by Cam Cox. Just can't finish. You got to follow it up. It's a good look right there. Just couldn't get it to fall. Arrows can't buy a bucket in the last 4 minutes. Cox battling inside with Smith. Approaching the 1 minute mark. Good job by Cam Cox, working hard in there. Got to keep working hard. Now that she gave up position, Smith misses it though. And
all right, make it hard for her to make that shot.
Good look to Hoffman. Can't finish with the left. Both teams have gone cold.
I don't think anybody's had
That's
a
got to
bucket
be
in the
our
last 4
rebound.
minutes.
That's got to be our rebound.
Yeah.
We had 2 players right there. That's got to be our rebound. They got in phenomenal position and
couldn't secure the ball.
no.
Arrows started the quarter with a 6-0 run. Tri-Valley has been 6-0 since. Hoffman with a run through.
There you go.
Hoffman moving against Harvey. And she'll go to the line. Harvey picks up the foul, her second, and Maddie Hoffman will go to the line to shoot 2. This whole quarter, I don't know if I've had the clock out there. I'm sorry, folks. There's 33 seconds left. Now you see it. There's all kinds of boxes to check and uncheck over here. You know.
You're doing a great job.
Better you than me.
Fair. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I can mess up with the best of them. Maddie Hoffman, line right. And the Arrows.
The only box I will have to check today is no comments from the Blooms messages that I may have to send out. Check that box, then nobody can really let you know how they feel.
No comments allowed. Right.
It's a beautiful box I can check.
Well, you know, you're never going to make everybody happy, that's for sure, right? In leadership. You're doing a fantastic job.
I appreciate it. I know I got a couple fans anyways. My dog still likes me.
And a block called there. And I think it's an offensive foul, rather, on the screen.
Yeah.
I missed that. Annika Collette picks up her second. Foul trouble looming, I think, in the fourth quarter for Tri-Valley. Maybe both teams.
Both teams, really. We got a few girls that, got to watch what they're doing as well.
And what do we got here? And Grace Tobias had not reestablished inside the court. And unfortunately, Arrows, who had a chance to cut this to a one-possession game, going to the fourth, turn it back over. And now Tri-Valley is going to get a last-second shot. And good job going offense, defense there, getting Lacey out with those 3 fouls.
With 4 seconds, you got to get her out of there just to be safe.
Looking for the corner. Good job by Lauren Green. Now they're going to throw the lob. Good position inside. Tough catch. Cam Cox comes away. Got to shoot it. And that's going to be the end of the third quarter. The Arrows have battled back. It's a 4-point game. Back after this.
Simonson Construction is proud to sponsor Arrows Athletics, the most trusted and efficient construction company in the region. With a long history of doing things the right way from concept to completion, Simonson Construction solves all your construction needs for commercial and public projects. A truly local company providing award-winning comprehensive design-build services since 1974. For more information, scan the QR code or go to simonsonconstruction.com. Come visit the South Street Grill in downtown Ashland, the official watch location every Friday night during the Arrows football season. You can catch all the action in the bar area on the big screens. Elevated casual dining in downtown Ashland, steaks, seafood, hand-patted burgers, vegetarian options, salads, and a huge kids menu. Something for everyone in a completely renovated, historic building. South Street Grill, your home for Arrows football.
Start of the fourth quarter. Arrows down 4. Guys, what do you look for here in the fourth?
Looking for these Arrows to keep battling hard, doing well in it. You know,
let's find 6 points somewhere and then hold them scoreless.
Yeah. If the baskets keep the lids on like they have, we might only have to score 6 and hold them nothing.
I don't disagree with you one bit.
Arrows will start on the defensive side, but then they'll have the possession arrow. Fouls reset to 0. Arrows with 3 timeouts remaining. You see those dashes. And on the other side, for backdoor cut. Good help by Lauren Green on the backside.
It's a quick little set that they ran out of that end of the quarter. So
you see a lot of those from the best coaches, right? Coming out of timeouts, coming out of breaks, some kind of shift, a set offensively or defensively. Drive to the basket. Addison Wilson looking on the backside. Stolen by Lauren Green. Here come the Arrows. They've got numbers.
Force it.
And that's a foul. Good job there. And Lauren Green helping her up. Good sportsmanship. Maddie Garber trying to dive in on that play. Her first foul.
You see a lot better sportsmanship when you're playing out of conference.
Touche. Well said, sir. You're not wrong. You're saying if they were wearing purple and gold, that might not have happened. Inside to Lacey. Tough shot, fades away, no good.
That's an edict that doesn't happen.
That's a tough shot from Kennedy right there. Tried to cut into the lead. Arrows still in that man-to-man.
So they'll look to drive here and then watch that roll.
Open 3 on a wing. Rollison, no good. Cox pulls down the board. Off and running. Sturry. Shoot it.
Oh.
Cam pump fakes, tough drive, and get it out of there. And a foul. Arrows get bailed out on that one.
Yeah.
We'll take it.
Yeah, interesting. Cam fell to the ground on her own power, which may happen once or twice a game, and kind of got some help from the ref there.
Late on trying to get a sub in there. 4 fouls right now on J.C. Rollison, and a jump ball inside. Well, Arrows had an opportunity to go right at Rollison and get her out of the game potentially, but she's going to take a seat with 4 fouls. Arrows on the tie-up will have the arrow. 1 minute gone by here in the fourth. Logan Tobias was open. Cox, Surrey. Tough pass and a good one into Cam. Up, no good, just can't finish. Boy, she struggled to finish today. She had some good looks.
What a great pass there. I love the pump fake, and CC really did a great job delivering that ball right where Cam needed it. That's one of our best looks for Cam down low.
Just a lid on that hoop for Cam today. Sometimes that happens. Good position inside. Lauren Green with a knock away. Arrows pull up a turnover. Here comes CC into the front court.
There it is.
Oh, good look. Tobias 3. Yes, ma'am! Grace Tobias. Beautiful pass from Sturry. Make sure you stay tuned for the Janney postgame show. Won't be too long, but a timeout on the floor with the Arrows have cut it to 1. And we'll take 1 as well.
Where great prices meet an even better selection, we're driving home the best experience you've ever had. With Chevrolet, Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, find the ride that defines you. And our huge selection of high-quality used cars and trucks is why you should check Bill Harris first. 3 brands, 3 convenient locations, 1 unforgettable Bill Harris experience. Dive into great prices, explore a better selection, and enjoy the best buying experience with us today. Bill Harris Dealerships, the name you know and trust. BillHarrisDealerships.com.
Bo Lacey Construction is proud to sponsor Arrows Athletics. Experience you can done right on time. From siding to windows, decks, and bathrooms, Bo Lacey also is your go-to company for all your roofing needs. Whether it's your house or your business, we've got you covered. And don't forget to check out the new Hover 3D app so you can see what every exterior home project will look like when it's finished. Scan the QR code.
Well, Tri-Valley didn't like what they saw, guys. The Arrows have cut it to 1.
We got a ball game.
Yeah, as we said, you know, Arrows need 6 points, and then just play some solid D. Travel. For sure, and
Cam Cox
look at
calls that turnover.
how active we've been here in this man defense. You know, we're gonna have to stay in this, sure.
Yeah, you might come out of a timeout in a zone look for one play or a possession, but yeah, you're right. So far, this man has worked much better today. And tough spacing inside and a foul, digging Matty Garber. And you had for a moment Lacey and Cox in the same position down there, down low. But Kennedy recognized it and got the heck out of there.
Yeah, that's where that offensive talking comes into play. Yep. You know, you got to be like, hey, go, go, go.
And Cox lost control of it, and another turnover. Arrows, every time we make a little run, we just can't quite get over the hump. Harvey, who's got 9, all in the first half on 3 threes. They haven't left her open for one yet here in the second half. Madison Hoffman all over her right now. Garber, tough left, and Cox is going to get the foul. That's okay. I'm all right with that foul.
Yeah.
It's just the first on the Arrows here in the fourth quarter. And again, that's the foul that if you're going to do it, don't let her make the shot.
Exactly.
Good job by Cam.
Exactly.
Led with the body first, obviously. Cam had the length there. I think if you maybe go a little bit straighter up, makes it a little harder on the referee. But that was a good foul so far.
It pays off. Matty Garber misses the first of 2. Fourth quarter brought to you by Comfort Control. Our good friends at Comfort Control providing the best comfort for residential and commercial customers for more than 40 years. Harvey, and that ball's knocked away, and there's going to be a foul on Harvey. And that's her 3rd. We talked about the foul situation starting to build up for both teams, but particularly for Tri-Valley.
I think the best situation for the Arrows here is get a bucket, get a great look, and get them into the bonus.
Yeah, and there is a big difference playing with the lead, just getting over that hump, right, psychologically for both teams. And there it is, Arrows with another turnover. Green can't handle the fastball, and a foul. Oh, boy. That's worst case scenario. You got a chance to take the lead, and instead you turn it over, and now you foul on a take to the basket. So sort of a tough play right there for the Arrows.
It kind of goes back to your earlier comment. If you're going to foul, make it count.
3rd foul on Lauren Green, so she's got 3, and Kennedy's got 3. Arrows give up an offensive rebound.
That's just the story of the season.
It's got to hold that box out. And right there, foul going to be on Lauren Green, and that's her 4th back-to-back.
That one there, Maddie Hoffman trying to battle, you know, with Emma Smith. That's a tough battle for her right there. Giving up
some size both ways.
There, yeah.
Lauren will check out. The Sid Sud substitution, CC Sturry checks in. You got Brylan Madial over there who might get some minutes down the stretch as well.
We've benefited from Tri-Valley's low percentage from the free throw line.
They have struggled at the line. And second one is up and good. You gave it the reverse jinx.
I did.
Thank you so much.
I am not talking about a free throw the rest of the game on either side.
Into the game. Arrows down 4 could use a basket here in a big way. Tri-Valley still playing that matchup zone at high 32. Hoffman skips it near side. Tobias, nice entry pass. Double comes. Lacey in a little bit of trouble and throws it away. I always try to teach my young ladies and young men, take a beat when you catch a ball like that. Take a picture, keep your eyes up. That photo, I always used Kodak, and now you'd have to say what that actually means. But take a picture. You could say, yeah, iPhone, whatever you want to say. But
yeah, they are just, they're double teaming every time Kennedy gets an entry. And that time they even had a defender drop down and cover Cam on the opposite block. So you kind of almost have to dribble out and find somebody open out on the outside wing.
That's the 4th foul of the quarter on the Arrows already, and so bonus situation going forward for Tri-Valley. And both teams actually will be in the bonus going forward. Oh my.
That's a travel.
It is a travel. Cece just had a tough assignment in there. J.C. Rawlson came out with the ball, and thankfully everybody's okay, because that could have ended poorly for Cece. When us guards get stuck underneath against a post like that, bad things happen physically. That's why I have so many concussions. I know everyone's surprised at that. Oh, Wells has had concussions? That explains a lot. Halfway through the 4th, Arrows down 4. Right now, Kennedy and Cam trying to communicate a little on that high-low, but they got to switch spots. You can't just stay in the same spot on that high-low against the zone. Got to keep moving. There it is. Good look inside to Lacey. Up and in.
That's our best two-person action of the day right there.
For sure.
It was kind of patient.
Yeah.
That high-low look right there. What a move by Harvey. Lobs it and stole it.
Oh, you got to get out in transition here.
2-point game. Lacey feeling it and has it stripped away. Every time the Arrows get within a bucket, we haven't even gotten a shot off. And that's a turnover.
She's out of bounds.
Literally every time we've got within one basket or a score, we've turned the ball over every time.
Yeah.
We haven't even gotten a shot off.
She's got a great pull-up jumper.
Yeah,
like
just an overdrive.
Yeah, she's got to maybe settle for that a little bit, or
I think you're right. I think it's just a little bit of an overdrive. You get a little excited, and all of a sudden you drive yourself into trouble.
Yep. And sometimes you come down, and when you see that it's packed in with 3 gray jerseys, that's when you got to go, okay, we got to pull out.
And Grace catches that ball, but it was a little errant and out of bounds. Hoffman's got that rocket
like
arm.
there was some contact there for her to have to catch that on the line.
I think Maddie Hoffman's got about a 90-mile-an-hour fastball and no changeup. You got a rocket softball player here for the Arrows as well. How are the girls going to be on the softball side this year?
I think we were young last year, so guess the obvious answer is 1 year older.
There you go. Timeout on the floor. It's a 2-point game. We'll be back after this.
Harris Dealerships, where great prices meet an even better selection. We're driving home the best experience you've ever had. With Chevrolet, Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, find the ride that defines you. And our huge selection of high-quality used cars and trucks is why you should check Bill Harris first. 3 brands, 3 convenient locations, 1 unforgettable Bill Harris experience. Dive into great prices, explore a better selection, and enjoy the best buying experience with us today. Bill Harris Dealerships, the name you know and trust. BillHarrisDealerships.com.
Bo Lacey Construction is proud to sponsor Arrows Athletics. Experience you can trust done right on time. From siding to windows, decks, and bathrooms, Bo Lacey also is your go-to company for all your roofing needs. Whether it's your house or your business, we've got you covered. And don't forget to check out the new Hover 3D app so you can see what every exterior home project will look like when it's finished. Scan the QR.
2-point game here, 3 minutes to go. This has been a low-scoring affair, obviously, but Arrows have battled with the Scotties, who came in 14-1. The Arrows 10-3.
Yeah, Arrow's doing well here. I feel it's just kind of like you said, they get there and they just can't get over that hump.
Arrows come out in a zone. So they switch out of that timeout, a little trapping zone, in trouble. Good job by Garber. Uh-oh, Harvey 3.
Wow, dagger.
And she's got 4 of them.
Dagger.
Harvey with 12, all on threes, and that was a big one. Arrows had the pressure on the trap, and they left Harvey alone, the one person you couldn't leave alone out behind the arc.
That was contested, too. We did a good job.
Yeah, she was
getting
long
out
range.
on it.
We got there, just, knocks it down. Rollison checks out, 4 fouls, going offense, defense. 2.5 minutes to go. Arrows down 5. Got to get a bucket here.
Definitely need to have a bucket on this possession.
Too much dribbling. Skip. Oh, boy. Rip through. Nice pass to Cox. Oh, and she's fouled. She'll go to the line. That's a smart foul, though, by Emma Smith. That's her 3rd. Now Cam will go to the line for 2 critical free throws.
A nice cut by Cameron Cox there to see that opening and dive for it. And Kennedy to hit her with the pass.
The high-low between those two is very effective.
Took a lot of patience to get that to kind of happen, and
big free throw from Cam at the Connery Manufacturing free throw line.
it takes some consistent ball reversal to get that entry pass into Kennedy.
Yep.
Then once they dive onto her, then obviously Cam popped open.
Trying to cut it back to a 1-possession game, and she does. Cam Cox now with 4. Here comes Tri-Valley. Into the front court. Arrows in a man-to-man now. Here comes a little high screen and roll. Oh, good hands by Grace. I'd love to see us blitz that, but there we go. Cox down court to Hoffman. Arrows have numbers. Tough one and out of control. And the Arrows get...
Is that four on Smith?
Yeah.
That's... Oof. Maddie will go to the line. That's a tough call. I'll just say it that way. And I think you got to be careful about getting out of control, driving to the basket on that one. But here we go. Big free throws coming. 1:52 to go. We'll take it. In and out and in. Oh, my. 2-point game. Every part of the rim. Maddie with 5, looking to make it 6. And she does. 1-point game. Arrows and Scotties. Full court pressure, trouble, and timeout called by the Scotties.
Looked like she picked her opposite foot up there.
Yeah.
That gives Coach Holt and company an opportunity to gather, but guys, we're keeping it here. 1-point game, 1:47 to go. Just one timeout now remaining for the Scotties. Arrows have thrown that three-quarter court pressure in, and it's been effective.
I think it's a great idea, but you also have to be careful if they do throw over top of it. Boy, you're really susceptible to an easy, quick basket. And you're right now 1 point, get into your half-court shell maybe and try to get a steal. They're going to try to pound it in. I don't think their mindset isn't like hit an open three. Really, a bucket gets them to be up 3, and obviously we've got them into the penalty. They have us pretty close.
Dave, you got a minute 47. Your Coach Holt, what are you saying here?
You know, I like what she did here with that three-quarter court pressure because the girls, they've just passed it up the court 3 times on us, right down that sideline. Throw that in there, they were able to shut off that sideline, and when the girl caught it, she didn't know what to do with the ball. And I think Steve was right. She traveled over there, which, I mean, quick stuff you don't see sometimes, so we'll let it go.
Coach Kurt Kaufman calls the timeout. They play 8 deep. Perfect 9-0 in the Muskingum Valley Conference and 14-1. Haven't lost since the week of Thanksgiving. Arrows with an opportunity here this afternoon to change that. Great take to the basket, nothing doing. Rollison pulls down the rebound. Long 3. No good. Finally, Harvey misses. Ball knocked away. It's Arrows basketball. Minute and a half to go. 3 timeouts for the Arrows. Some of the Arrows fans wanted an over-the-back or a push call on Rollison, but she just had the length. There was no call there. She just pulled it in. Arrows with a 1-point game. Another opportunity.
Take your time, run your offense.
And Coach Holt says, I agree. we've struggled in these situations. Let's go ahead and take a timeout, and I think that's a wise call. The Arrows, guys, your Coach Holt, what are you drawing up here?
Obviously, you're either going to have to overload one side or try to get some sort of high-low action again between
probably
Cam.
A zone look, right?
Yeah.
Because you've seen zone almost the entire game.
And here's the crazy thing. I mean, I'm not trying to coach for Tri-Valley, but why not all of a sudden come out in a zone and then run some quick man-to-man, maybe try to force a steal. They've got the lead, so if they foul, though, maybe we can pick up something cheap here.
1 point game. Minute and a half to go. Arrows basketball trying to get over the hump. Have not been in the lead here today.
There's the high-low.
Trying to get it into Cam. She got great position. Pump fake, and she is blocked. And it's a jump ball. That's a great call. That's the right call. And Cam put that ball right up in front of the big freshman, Emma Smith, who said no, no, no. And a block turns into a turnover. Just a really good defensive play.
Yeah, good defensive play. And not a bad thought by the Arrows. Looks good. If Cam gets a pump fake there, I think she gets a wide open look.
Full court pressure. Yeah, pump fake, head and shoulder pump fake that tried to get her up in the air. Instead turned and went right up into a turnover. Here comes the Arrows 4-on-3. Hoffman pulls up and a good one. Up and in.
There's that pull-up. There's that pull-up.
Great vision by Hoffman. Arrows are up.
That's a travel. That's a travel.
That's a travel. That full court pressure turns it over. Arrows with a 1 point lead. Under a minute to go here at Arrow Arena.
Don't be afraid to use a timeout here. Get yourself a plan because they're going to pressure.
Arrows
give it right back to her.
The possession arrow. High post Lacey, near side. Tobias 3. And doesn't hit anything. There we go, going the other way. Had a good look. Just
I don't think we needed that.
Harvey. Arrows with a 1 point lead.
Just got to bust the cutters.
Good defense so far, and a double dribble.
Thank you, Rob.
Annika Collette puts it on the floor. That pressure defense for the Arrows forces another turnover.
Rob heard us talking about how he wasn't getting the day off.
Timeout on the floor. Arrows will call it. And now both teams with one timeout remaining.
Get the ball into your best ball handler's possession. And
right now, you're looking 28 seconds. I'm looking at Maddie Hoffman because she's hitting from the line, so I want her to have the ball when they come in and try to foul.
I agree. I love what they're doing. They're entering it to Kennedy higher than we have all game.
Yep.
And then Kennedy's either passing off of it. If Kennedy gets this up there, probably left elbow where she's got the last two possessions, I'd fake a pass and then maybe look to dribble it out of that, right? Make them come out and foul you.
Timeout courtesy of Connery Manufacturing for all your pump system needs. Don't forget to stay tuned for the Janney post-game show.
Proud of the Arrows. They've kept themselves in this the whole game.
Yeah, haven't gotten down on themselves at all.
No.
Just kept battling.
We'll have the Bo Lacey hustle play of the game and the Bo Lacey turning point of the game. I'll give you guys some time to think about what those are. And then our player of the game delivered by Truax Printing. And it's the Arrows up one. And they get it in. Hoffman's got it. Yes, ma'am.
Huge.
3-point game. 20 seconds to go.
Okay, make it tough for him to get it up the floor.
Don't allow Harvey to shoot a three. And a timeout on the floor. Coach Kaufman calls his last timeout with 15 seconds to go. You're up 3. What's the approach here, gentlemen?
Well, you know who you're not letting shoot it.
Yeah.
Get beat by somebody else.
Yep. Yeah, somebody's got to stick like glue.
I mean, and then you also think about, do you let them get it deep into the clock and foul?
I do. Once you get under 5-6 seconds, that's when I would foul if they haven't shot the ball.
Really, in that huddle right now, I'm telling them, you defend the heck out of the three-point line.
Don't let Mackenzie Harvey beat you or tie it.
And then no bad fouls out there outside the arc, right? That's just a few small things to remember, right? They're just high school athletes.
Yeah.
Arrows up
You
3.
get one. You get one in a timeout that they're going to remember.
Arrows with a timeout remaining. Tri-Valley out of timeouts. Arrows in man-to-man. They run a little wheel. They got trouble getting it in. They get it to Smith, and Cam Cox fouls. A little earlier than what you wanted.
If I would have.
And I don't. That's going to put Smith at the line.
Right now, you got to box out. Well, no, it's 2 shots. So
Emma Smith goes to the line. She struggled at the line today.
I like how they stayed with Harvey though, because we almost left her and decided no, stay there.
First free throw. It's up and in. 2-point game, 14 seconds to go.
all right, so now you got to start thinking about our inbound if they make this and possessing the ball.
It's up and in. Defense, offense for
All right.
Tri-Valley.
Maddie's gotta get this, and I mean, don't be afraid to look for something deep if you've got timeouts.
You can run the baseline
There
here.
it is.
Oh, they
Good.
get it to Lacey. Double teams coming,
That's a foul.
and she's fouled on the sideline. Maddie Garber will get her third foul, and now Kennedy goes in line for 2 critical free throws.
This is kind of where now I don't like that foul because you still got 12.2.
That one was really early. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
A lot of time left here. The Mamba. Front end, no good. One more coming.
Whether this goes in or out, you've got to have your best defensive possession right here and nothing. You can't let anything squirt out.
It's in. 2-point
That's
game.
huge. I don't foul. I don't foul. There it is. There it is, Lauren.
Uh-oh, Harvey inside. They got an open girl. Smith, it's tied. You got 5 seconds timeout. Coach Holt says, let's get a timeout. 14 points for Smith. 3.9 to go. You've got no timeouts after that one. You got to go the length of the floor and get a shot.
I really would like it if we had the college rules and it could be a table timeout.
I'd like $1 million.
Okay.
You got that for me?
Nope.
Well, guys, this has been a fabulous basketball game, a defensive battle, 36 apiece, 3.9. What are we drawing up here in the huddle to try to get a shot?
I get the ball down the floor. I hope we get fouled, honestly.
Yeah, you got to move. You got to move the ball quickly. You got 2 passes with no dribbles, and then you got a shot.
4.3. They've added a little bit of time back onto that clock. Coach Holt and company, it is, and that's the right call.
Yeah.
Both teams out of timeouts, but we're looking at a potential overtime if the Arrows can't score. Full court pressure coming, of course, from the Scotties. Green can run the baseline. You got to get it in. You can't turn this one over. Green. Here comes Lacey. They get it to her. Turn and go. 2 seconds. Got to catch and shoot. Tobias. Oh! Can't quite get it to fall. End of regulation. We're going to overtime. Oh, we've got bonus basketball on a, well, I almost said Saturday, on a Monday afternoon.
Nice look, a good look, good play drawn up for them to get that good of a look.
And now you got 4 minutes put back on the clock, and you've got some foul issues for both teams, guys. I mean, you look up and down, particularly for Tri-Valley. They've got 2 with 4, 2 with 3. The Arrows have, Lauren Green has 4, Lacey's got 3, but that's about it as far as the foul trouble.
I think we saw some offensive momentum in that fourth quarter. I think you kind of keep going towards that. And obviously defensively, we kind of did the trapping. If you want to go at that angle, you just got to make sure that your players with 3 and 4 fouls are not being overly aggressive.
Yeah.
Hey, but we get extra basketball.
Up here in the Priest Dental broadcast booth, Steve Paramore, the superintendent, always putting out fires over there. And responding to all kinds of things going on here. Any breaking news yet? Dave Schwartz here in the middle as well, former Arrows head basketball coach, as well as over at Hillsdale. Glad to have you guys up here in the Priest Dental broadcast booth. We've got overtime. And here we go. Guess I should get the camera off of us and back on the girls. Nobody wants to see our faces for that long, especially mine. Start of overtime. What a basketball game, and it's pretty much what we expected. 14-1 Scotties against the 10-3 Arrows. Harvey into the front court. She's got 12 to lead. Nope, not to lead. Emma Smith leads this Scotty squad with 14. They've got 26 of their 36. Arrows with a balanced scoring attack on our side.
There's that
wheel.
Yep.
That wheel motion, then a high screen.
She's going to roll.
Job by the Arrows defensively.
Travel.
You can't beg out there, though. Stay patient. Don't gamble too much here defensively.
Yep, there you go. Good
Lauren
job,
Green.
Cam, recognizing that Grace Tri-Valley had a mouse in the house.
Oh.
That looked like an off-arm push, but
Smith got away with it. And Emma Smith now is 16. Wow, she's good. Freshman post player has been dominant. A lot of hands there by Harvey. Oh, and Lacey looking for the cutting Tobias, who was just trying to get through.
that might have been a possession where Kennedy keeps it.
Yeah. I think she kind of slipped a little is what was going on.
Smith brings it up. I should say Garber, rather. Jumper at the elbow, trouble. 4-point game right now. Well, just in case you guys know, I'm not going to give any bad juju. Oh, Lacey. Yes, ma'am. That's huge.
It's a good pass by Cameron Cox there.
Full court pressure.
We got to force a steal again.
I got you, Dave.
All right, make it hard for her, Maddie.
Yeah, we might get a count here in the backcourt. That was close. Harvey just beats the 10-second call. Arrows now down 2. No shot clock here, and so Tri-Valley can hold it as long as they are able to if they want. Lauren Green with those 4 fouls, still being aggressive defensively. Approaching the 2-minute mark. Good switch by the Arrows. Good communication out there. They're going to make the Arrows come and get it, I think, guys.
I agree.
Hoffman on the defensive side against Collette. Tobias comes to double, and here we go. Great job taking care of the basketball on this possession. Tough shot up by Collette.
Got
no
a
good.
rebound.
Hoffman pulls it in.
Don't force it.
Swing it, one more. Good patience, now relax. You don't have to fire it up. Good hands by Harvey, knocking that one out of bounds. Both teams have a timeout now. Get to that extra timeout when you go to the extra period.
A couple of these passes, you'd love to see a ball fake one way.
Yeah,
Get
fake
them
high,
leaning.
go low.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. Especially against zone defenses.
Here we got 2 right here.
Make the easy one. They are in that zone. Cox got good position inside, but they were kind of front and back of her. Inside to Cam. Nice pass to the opposite side. Good patience. Into Lacey.
And one.
Oh,
and she'll have a chance to tie it at the line.
I like that shot, but Cece was set on that wing for a 3.
You had a great shot on the wing.
Yep.
Emma Smith picks up her 4th foul. Just a little flat, but she gets the benefit of the roll. Got to get that ball up in the air, young lady. Hoffman back in. This is the big one to tie it. Mamba, tie ball game. She's got 11.
All right, force a turnover here. They're not going to be in any hurry probably to get a shot up. That should be 10. Ooh.
That was close.
You got to keep counting until it's possessed in the other. That's the way it's supposed to be.
There it is. There it is. There we go. Arrows with a tie game. Chance to take the lead. Green is blocked. Arrows get it back. Patience. Patience. And they throw it away.
All right. I'd get it across the timeline, maybe call it timeout.
Yep.
Got one left. Kennedy kind of forced that last pass in there.
Yeah, I would agree.
Use some clock. You can't give them another opportunity. Use some clock.
Still in that zone, Tri-Valley. And a timeout called by Coach Holt. Arrows use their last timeout here in overtime.
So if we get that entry pass in there, opposite big's got to stay far enough out to force the double.
You said use some clock. This team doesn't slow down. I don't think
That's not our DNA.
Like, that's not what coach is telling them, because they definitely like to move. And you know, you can't, like you said, that's in their DNA. You can't tell them to slow down, I don't think.
Just don't like the fact that you're going to give them like 15 seconds to possess it again. If we would make a shot.
I would like to see us hold it for about another 7 seconds, then call our timeout. You know what I mean?
Yep, I agree. We don't have that kind of. You watch our boys team; they'll call red and we'll spread it out, and that's red means don't shoot it. You play yellow. Yellow means nothing but layups. So
you're giving away state secrets, you know.
That's all right. We've got some really intriguing names for our plays. It's like the visible spectrum.
27 seconds to go.
Just hold it right here. Just hold it. Hold it.
Oh, boy.
Okay.
A little impatient into double team.
Whoa.
Great shot.
2-point game.
Come on, Grace. Get a steal.
One timeout remaining for Tri-Valley.
Don't foul.
Garber into the front court, and she falls down, and they're going to call a push. And Lauren Green has fouled out. That's 2 shots, guys.
That's a bad call.
That will put Garber at the line. Looked like she started to fall before Green hit her.
I would agree. She was already down before Green hit her.
But Lauren Green played a whale of a game defensively. Only 1 point here for her offensively, but she played well tonight, or today, I should say.
Most definitely.
Big free throws, obviously, here for Maddie Garber from the Captain Obvious play-by-play announcer. First one up and in. 1-point game. This will tie it if she can make this one. She's got 3 points. 78% from the stripe this year.
Big box out for the Arrows here.
Garber, free throw number 2 to tie it. 10 seconds to go here in overtime. No good. Smith knocks it away.
Hold it.
Lacey has it, and she's fouled. Still 1 timeout remaining for Tri-Valley. That'll put Kennedy at the line to shoot 2.
Had to get that rebound.
I mean, you can't use your timeout to ice her, so, this is where I love that it's automatically 2 shots with the rule change a couple years back.
I think if we're able to win this one, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but maybe Madison Hoffman for our player of the game. Free throw by Lacey, no good. You're welcome to choose somebody else.
I don't disagree with you.
And a timeout call.
There you go.
Interesting. That's the last timeout, guys, so
I think that whether this is a miss or a make, you just have to be prepared here to put in your defensive set.
Yeah, for sure. They need to be right now saying, hey, after she makes this one, that's what you say. Yeah. After she makes this one, this is what we're doing defensively.
And you're tight up and not fouling, because obviously you're promised 2 shots if you foul.
Yep.
Well, no timeouts remaining for anybody. 6 seconds to go.
So if you're in the Tri-Valley huddle right now, you better give them about 9 reminders that if you get a rebound off of a miss here, don't you dare call a timeout.
Do not Chris Webber this.
If they do, I'm okay with that.
Yes.
You don't want to win a game that way, and you don't want a young lady to have that fall on her, but I do agree.
So what you're saying is you're okay with it?
Well, I would rather win a different way, but yes, ultimately, well, we'll see how this one rolls out, guys. Here we go. Lacey with one more at the line. No arrows inside the rebounding arc. It's up and good.
That's a huge basket.
2-point game. They got to go. 5
wow,
seconds.
What was she doing?
I don't know. She's going to have to launch. I don't think they're getting it off. Garber.
No
Let's
good.
go. And the Arrows have pulled it off.
I don't know enough about the history of Ashland girls basketball. I think this might be one of the biggest signature wins in program history.
(43-41). Back with the Janney post game after this.
Construction is proud to sponsor Arrows Athletics, the most trusted and efficient construction company in the region. With a long history of doing things the right way from concept to completion, Simonson Construction solves all your construction needs for commercial and public projects. A truly local company providing award-winning comprehensive design-build services since 1974. For more information, scan the QR code or go to simonsonconstruction.com. Come visit the South Street Grill in downtown Ashland, the official watch location every Friday night during the Arrows football season. You can catch all the action in the bar area on the big screens. Elevated casual dining in downtown Ashland, steaks, seafood, hand-patted burgers, vegetarian option salads, and a huge kids menu. Something for everyone in a completely renovated, historic building. South Street Grill, your home for Arrows football. Construction is proud to sponsor Arrows Athletics, the most trusted and efficient construction company in the region. With a long history of doing things the right way from concept to completion, Simonson Construction solves all your construction needs for commercial and public projects. A truly local company providing award-winning comprehensive design-build services since 1974. For more information, scan the QR code or go to simonsonconstruction.com. Come visit the South Street Grill in downtown Ashland, the official watch location every Friday night during the Arrows football season. You can catch all the action in the bar area on the big screens. Elevated casual dining in downtown Ashland, steaks, seafood, hand-patted burgers, vegetarian option salads, and a huge kids menu. Something for everyone in a completely renovated, historic building. South Street Grill, your home for Arrows football.
Back here at Arrow Arena, Brandon Wells and Dave Swartz in the pre-Steno broadcast booth. Dave, what a finish for the Arrows in overtime.
Yeah, great finish for the Arrows, just to persevere in the last few minutes and just keep the aggression.
Yeah, it was a fun one.
They were the aggressors in this game, and I think that really helped them out.
Well, especially after the first quarter.
Yeah.
You know, we were down 6 at the half, came out in the third quarter of the 6-0 run, then gave up 6 straight, and then from there on, it really was all Arrows.
Yeah, it was. I mean, even though, like, you could have looked at the score about any time, and anybody could have been leading in that time frame, but the Arrows seemed to have the momentum the entire second half, you know, after that 6-0, 6-0 runs each.
Arrows with a 43-41 victory. And that's going to move the Arrows to 11-3. You're watching the Arrows post-game show brought to you by Janney Financial. And it is a celebration here at Arrow Arena. We're glad to have you on board here. Let's talk about our hustle play of the game, built by Bo Lacey Construction. Experience you can trust, done right on time.
Yeah, and I called the hustle play of the game right here at the end when Tri-Valley was taking free throws, missed the one. It got batted around a little bit, and Kennedy Lacey ran it down with 6 seconds to go. That was the one that sealed it up. Then she comes down and makes one of the free throws out of 2 there. That sealed the game. But if she doesn't get that one, then all bets are off for what could have happened there in the last 10 seconds.
Turning point of the game, built by Bo Lacey Construction as well. And what do you got for that one, Dave?
Turning point, I threw that one to Maddie Hoffman when she came down, kind of hit the off-balance layup. And that one just seemed to give a spark to the whole team for some reason. I don't know why that one did.
Off the turnover,
yep. Sure, yeah, she gets the turnover, comes down, hits the off-balance, shot, and that seemed to turn things around. Like we said, Arrows kind of dominated that second half in the realm of everything that was going on, but that one seemed to kind of kick it into overdrive.
Well, Madison Hoffman will be our player of the game, delivered by Truax Printing. And we'll see if we can track her down or not today, but not sure whether or not that will happen. And try to send Dave Swartz down there to see if he can track her down. We'll take a break and be right back.
Construction is proud to sponsor Arrows Athletics, the most trusted and efficient construction company in the region. With a long history of doing things the right way from concept to completion, Simonson Construction solves all your construction needs for commercial and public projects. A truly local company providing award-winning comprehensive design-build services since 1974. For more information, scan the QR code or go to simonsonconstruction.com. Come visit the South Street Grill in downtown Ashland, the official watch location every Friday night during the Arrows football season. You can catch all the action in the bar area on the big screens. Elevated casual dining in downtown Ashland, steaks, seafood, hand-patted burgers, vegetarian options, salads, and a huge kids menu. Something for everyone in a completely renovated historic building. South Street Grill, your home for Arrows football.
Giving her some...
At Bill Harris Dealerships, where great prices meet an even better selection. We're driving home the best experience you've ever had. With Chevrolet, Ford, Chrysler,
I've been talking
Dodge,
on the air. My
Jeep,
apologies,
and Ram.
everybody.
Find the ride that defines you. And our huge selection of high-quality used cars and trucks is why you should check Bill Harris first. 3 brands, 3 convenient locations, 1 unforgettable Bill Harris experience. Dive into great prices, explore a better selection, and enjoy the best buying experience with us today. Bill Harris Dealerships, the name you know and trust. BillHarrisDealerships.com.
Back here at Arrow Arena, a big victory in overtime, 43-41. The Arrows pull off the overtime victory. Brandon Wells, Dave Swartz, and we are joined by the player of the game, the Truax Printing player of the game, Madison Hoffman. Maddie, overtime victory against a team with just 1 loss. Talk to us about what that felt like.
Honestly, we just came in with that mindset, like, okay, yeah, they only have 1 loss, but that doesn't show what the team they are. It's what matters, what we perform on the court. So I think we went out there with the mindset of okay, who cares? You know what?
Yeah.
We go out and play. We show them who Ashland basketball is, and we put all of our heart on the court, and that's just what we did tonight.
You guys are 11-3 now. This is the best record in Arrows girls basketball in more than 30 years. What do you think is the key to this squad? Because you guys seem to really enjoy playing together.
Oh, we connect so well together. I think that's the biggest thing. Even outside, today before the game, we all went to Dunkin' together. It's just the simple things that we do besides coming into practice and practice all together, but we also do things outside of basketball, and I think that's where our connection just really performs so well on the court.
Dave, I will say, you said Madison Hoffman's the turnover in the bucket was our turning point of the game, and that late basket. Walk us through sort of what it was like in the fourth quarter, that pressure, and then that overtime.
I mean, I guess I don't really feel the pressure.
Yeah, it's good.
I just kind of play the game.
It's just a game,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, it's right. No matter what quarter, it's all you have to perform your best. You have to push as hard as possible. And I think in that fourth quarter, we just turned it up. We all were
Agreed.
okay, we want this. This is our home court. We're not letting them run over us. So we just kept pushing very hard.
Well,
No, go ahead.
you got anything to add over here with our
just
player
wanted
of
to
the
say,
game?
great job. Especially hitting free throws in crucial moments. we've talked up here today and said, if somebody's going to be on the line today, we hope it's you.
Yep, Dave said it on the air. He goes, if they're fouling somebody, I hope it's Maddie Hoffman out there.
I think Paramore said it too.
Yep. Yeah. Well, congratulations.
Thank
a
you.
big win. You also have a Applebee's gift card there.
Thank
so
you.
take whoever you want, Mom, Dad, whoever you want to take it, But, great job, great
Thank
win.
you.
Keep it up, and we'll see you sometime next week.
Thank you very much.
Back after this.
Simonson Construction is proud to sponsor Arrows Athletics, the most trusted and efficient construction company in the region. With a long history of doing things the right way from concept to completion, Simonson Construction solves all your construction needs for commercial and public projects. A truly local company providing award-winning comprehensive design and build services since 1974. For more information, scan the QR code or go to simonsonconstruction.com. Come visit the South Street Grill in downtown Ashland, the official watch location every Friday night during the Arrows football season. You can catch all the action in the bar area on the big screens. Elevated casual dining in downtown Ashland, steaks, seafood, hand-patted burgers, vegetarian options, salads, and a huge kids menu. Something for everyone in a completely renovated, historic building. South Street Grill, your home.
All right, back here to Priest Dental broadcast booth. Brandon Wells, Dave Swartz, alongside head coach Renee Holt. We were talking about South Street and food because we're all hungry. Coach, you guys pulled out a victory today against a team with just one loss and hadn't lost since Thanksgiving. Talk to us about how you guys played today because it was fantastic, particularly after the first couple minutes.
That was, I feel like, a tournament game right there.
Yeah.
That's a tough team. I think they're ranked in the state.
Yep, number 10.
What my girls did today was just fight, just to never give up. We were down most of the game. We fought back, tied it, down again, fought. I'm so proud of them.
There was a long stretch, Renee, where they could not get over the hump. It was tied. It was a 1-point game. And we kept turning it over every time, but then they stayed with it, and that's a testament to how you're coaching them. And I like when you see them playing together, which I think they're really playing together well. They're not perfect, obviously, but that chemistry is the best I've seen it in years.
Today was a strategic game, we felt like. It was like a chess match. We came down. Their defense was just unbelievable. And kudos to them. That Tri-Valley, they're a tough team. They were packing the paint. They were doubling our posts. They were shifting backside. So it was just a chess match of just figuring out who's open and making the good pass and just them playing together. It was just really cool to see.
I will say one of the things that we talked about up here is you, so far for this season, I think you guys have been more of a zone defensive team and really jumped into the man for the majority of this game, and it worked for you. What was kind of your decision thought?
We've worked and practiced the man-to-man. We've just been so comfortable, and our zone has been working. So for us to be able to run that zone every game, but then be able to switch out a man, I'm just so proud of them of being able to make that adjustment. But we switched in the man, and we were up in their face type of man. We were jumping the passing lanes.
Man, for sure.
We wanted to get it and go.
It was a physical game. I thought your girls played much more physical, and they rose to the occasion of what Tri-Valley brought. You're right. This was much like a tournament game, and you come out of here with a big win. What's it look like going forward this week?
We got West Holmes. That's the next game up. That's all I'm talking about. West Holmes competes in the conference every year. So it's that next game, and I think this game prepared us for the toughness that West Holmes has.
Is your former teammate, Coach or Miss Snyder, is she going to be watching that one? Is she still in Germany?
She's back and forth. I don't know where she is now. She's all over the world, but I'm sure she'll tune in. I hear from her every time we play them. So.
Well, this was a big one, and we're excited. Congratulations.
Thank you.
This has been a really fun season, and you guys have it rolling right now. I mean, defensively and offensively, this was a low-scoring game. But you've proved that you can win a low-scoring game. You can win a high-scoring game. Well, just congratulations. Proud of you guys. That's we're glad to have Coach Holt with us, and that's it for us here today. We'll be back later this week. God bless, Godspeed, and go Arrows, everybody.